Another exciting San Diego Crew Classic finish, and if you would like to have a DVD as a souvenir in about 30 minutes, it will be available of this particular race and all others for that matter. So stop by the merchandise tent and check it out. Don't forget to check out all the great items at the vendors' booths over the weekend, including Concept 2, Patagonia Hudson, So Sporty, and much, much more. And don't forget to get a test drive in a Chevrolet, bright and new Chevrolet 2013. And as a thank you from Chevrolet for taking a test drive today in a Volt, Cruze, or Traverse, you will receive a $10 voucher good for any Crew Classic concession or beer garden area.
Event number 80, Women's Collegiate Varsity Invitational Petite Final. Lane assignments: Lane 1, University of Wisconsin. Lane 2, Washington State University. Lane 3, Purdue University. Lane 4, University of Texas. Lane 5, University of Iowa. Conditions remain ideal here at the start. Crew sitting ready, anticipating the pulling of the crews and the start of this next race.
University of Wisconsin.
Here we go.
Washington State University. Purdue University. University of Texas. University of Iowa. Attention. Go.
That's the start. Event number 80, Women's Collegiate Varsity Invitational Petite Final. Coming off very cleanly in lane number 1, the Badgers from University of Wisconsin. Also University of Texas, flexing their muscles a bit as the two crews challenge for that lead. Third position goes to Washington State. Fourth position outside to the Hawkeyes from the University of Iowa. At fifth position is Purdue University. 250 meters gone. Your race leader, the Longhorns, University of Texas in lane 4. Just a question now, who establishes that rhythm, maximizes each push per stroke. Badgers now over in lane 1, reasserting themselves. As you can see, the coxswain looking over, calling for a power 10. Washington State counters that with a power 10 of their own, but still on the lead in lane 4, University of Texas. The only crew that sits about a length behind the lead crews is that crew from Purdue in lane number 3. University of Iowa is not out of it as we approach and now pass the 500-meter mark. It's the Longhorns from the University of Texas, your race leader. The inside two boats, lane 1, Wisconsin, Washington State, battle for that second, third position. Then outside to Iowa, and Purdue trails, but not by much. That's the call, 600 meters.
On the course, race number 80, this is the Women's Collegiate Varsity Invitational Petite Final. Lane assignments, Wisconsin in lane number 1 currently battling for the lead. In lane number 2, it's Washington State University. Out of West Lafayette, Indiana, Purdue is in lane number 3. Texas University in lane 4, and they're our current race leader. And the University of Iowa is in lane number 5.
So this is the second level final in the premier women's event at this regatta, the Jessup Whittier Cup. So these are the crews that finished in the second 50 percentile of the event in the heats. From the heat times, one would expect the University of Wisconsin in heat 1 and Washington State University in heat 2, who were within a second of each other at 6:38 and 6:39, to be the form crews and the crews to beat in this event. The third best performed crew on time is the crew out of lane 3, Purdue University, who did a 6:48 yesterday. Actually, they were the fourth best placed. But Purdue University are the only club program in this event. So all the others are varsity programs supported by the university's athletic departments. But Purdue University are a club program and the current national club champions.
That's one. Fastest swing up B3.
The coxswain that you're hearing is the Purdue coxswain in lane number 3. And she's going to have to holler and scream as much as she can because her crew is currently trailing. We'll check the positions right now. University of Texas is in the lead, followed by Wisconsin. Then comes Washington State, Iowa, and the coxswain that you're hearing, Purdue. Let's listen for a while.
Down and push and out.
Well, we'll wait a little bit more until they get into our audio range a little bit, as she is a bit overmodulated and screaming into the mic, which you would understand. They're trying to catch up with the crew in lane number 5, Iowa State. Or check that, Iowa.
And I think, Alan, that the crew in lane number 1, the University of Wisconsin, have had a very strong third 500 and may have actually reached the lead.
Wisconsin along the shoreline has crept into our leadership position. They have eclipsed the crew in lane number 4. That's the University of Texas. And then we're going to look at Washington State outside to Iowa. And our trailing boat is the coxswain in Purdue University's boat.
Down, push. Relax up, relax, give me shot. And 2, we're gonna swing it up to that 1. That's the last 5 minutes right here. Last 500.
Well, we're getting spotty reception from her because she is so strong on her speech that she's overpowering any microphone that you might have. And well, she needs to, as Purdue is trailing. Wisconsin along the shoreline has really kicked it up, and they are in that leadership position. And now Texas is in jeopardy on the outside of Iowa, as Texas was the early leader and Iowa is beginning to move along. Washington State also beginning to pick up the pace, but Purdue continues on. Check that. Wisconsin continues to be on the lead.
Yes, big lead by the Badgers at the moment. They've really had a strong third 500 and have maintained that pressure through the fourth 500. Washington State are picking it up. They may be about to come across the top of the University of Texas, who are being challenged by Iowa on the outside.
Looking on the outside, it is Texas still clinging on as Iowa makes a mad rush at them, but Wisconsin on the lead has a stern to bow lead, but it is a bug tussle here between Washington State, Texas, and Iowa. It looks like Madison's team, the University of Wisconsin, will come out on top, but it is really going to be a battle down to the wires. It looks like Washington State may also be in the finish line there. Iowa and Texas, followed by Purdue. It is Wisconsin across the finish line, and then we'll look and see. It will be Washington State, and then it's almost a dead heat between Iowa and Texas on the outside, and coming across now is Purdue University. We'll take a look at the replay, especially for that second position, as the University of Wisconsin did finish up unofficially in the first spot after trailing about half of the race and finally getting past Texas, who had been in the lead in the early going. Going to be